Okay, in today's video we're going to be talking about 5 simple things that you can do to improve your videos. They're not going to be crazy technical settings things, they're going to be very practical, real world things that I've learned over the years of filmmaking that I'm going to tell you guys about so you can make sure that you're making the most of your videos. Guys, super stoked. I literally just picked this up. It's the new MacBook Pro with the M1 chip. Pretty excited to be switching over to Mac. For all of you guys that don't know, is going to be because we're going to be on the road for a while, in the bus, in the van, and I need something that I can edit on. Currently we're editing on the actual desktop setup. That's not going to go in the bus. Ooh. I've actually never had a Mac. I've always been on Windows, never edited on a Mac at all. It's going to be kind of annoying to get used to, like swapping over to the whole Mac ecosystem, but apparently just with the M1 chip and everything, it works so nicely for video editing, and that is what I need for when I'm on the road. Dude. Hannah, come check it out.
Oh, fresh. Don't put that in.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a full video about it and like show you guys how it is for editing once I've had a little bit of time to play with it. I obviously just opened it right now. For today, actually in the middle of something, we're gonna head out to a really cool little village and go shoot some stuff. I think something super important that people often overlook is how nice your location looks and making sure that you have some sort of interesting location for you guys to shoot at. If you're in a boring place with nothing around that looks aesthetically pleasing or nice, no matter what you're doing with your camera and where you're pointing it, it's not going to be very nice footage. And likewise on the other side of that, if you are in an amazing location with all this crazy cool little details, maybe it's mountains or interesting buildings, it's quite easy to make your footage look nice by just pointing it at those awesome locations. So for all of my videos that I shoot, I put in so much effort into going to beautiful locations. Maybe it's a crazy beach, hiking up a mountain to get to like a really beautiful viewpoint, but I'm not just gonna like go to my local park where it's just a grass field and it's ugly. I'm gonna have to work so much harder to make that look nice. So make sure you start off with a really good location that's like your baseline, your blank canvas for you to create your video around. The next thing is going to be to film in sequences rather than shots. So whenever I'm going out for a video, or if I find a location like this and I want to shoot it, I'm going to think about a little bit how I can turn that into a sequence rather than just looking at the one main shot that I want to get and getting that standalone shot. So I might look somewhere like this. I'm just going to do a quick demonstration for you guys. Hannah, we can get you walking down and then you can like sit on the rail. First thing I'm going to do is just get an establishing shot here to show our scene. And then, now that I've got that, my next shot can be Hannah, if you want to walk down here and then get to the end a little bit and you can sit there. Okay, and then sit over there. So that's already 2 shots that we've got in our sequence, and now I can get a third by just being down here. And Hannah, if you play towards me and look around a little bit. Yeah. And now all of a sudden we have like 3 shots that we can use to create a little sequence rather than having like one random clip of just one thing that we're not really going to be able to do anything with. It ends up being a lot better. It also helps introduce a little bit of a story into whatever little cinematic section that you're filming. So instead of just having that one thing, we have like Hannah coming down, or we like show our location and then we have Hannah coming down and then we have Hannah sitting here, and we can get a few different shots of those. So look out for sequences. Don't think about just one isolated shot. Look out for multiple shots and piece them together. A lot of you guys have been asking where I get my t-shirts and hoodies from. They are all from an awesome company called Cutz. They have amazing like premium gear, super soft, so nice and comfortable to wear. They're all these crazy like wrinkle free and all this really good stuff. Pretty much all the clothes that I've been wearing in videos these days is from Cutz. If you guys want to get anything from Cutz, they are going to be linked down in the description, and they were also awesome enough to hook us up with a discount code. If you use Kitching, you'll get 15% off, which is a super sweet deal. They have so many amazing different things. You can get like sweaters like this, you can get hoodies, you can get t-shirts in a bunch of different cuts and styles, and they're all really nice and fitting and like wrinkle free, super soft, really comfortable. Nice premium gear. Go check them out. Cutz, they are going to be in the description. The next thing I like to look out for, especially when I'm like looking for my composition of a shot, is if I'm filming something like this and you can see Hannah's there on the wall. There's a couple of things that I really like in this shot, and there's a couple of things that I don't like in this shot, and it's important to just look at it and fill your frame with more of what you like. So in this one right now, you can see there's a wall. I don't really like any of that. I don't like the sign. There's a lot of like empty sky. So instead of having a shot like this, and even if it was tighter, something I do like is this like kind of palm tree style thing. So if I move here, and instead of having that kind of empty frame, I can just really like fill my frame with what I like that is in this image. And often by just getting a tighter shot and filling that frame out, unless you're getting that dead space for a specific reason, ends up looking a lot nicer when it's all full of the things that you do like. Even if I came for some really nice close-ups here, I had that palm tree in the background, but it's all really full. There's a lot going on in my frame. There's no like pointless things that are in it. When you guys are just framing up your shots, just look out for what you like in it and just put more of that in it. Fill that frame with whatever you like in your shot. Another thing that I love to introduce into my footage when I'm trying to make it more interesting are props. And you can do this in so many different ways. If you're shooting with the model, you can make sure that she has something to work with, like Hannah can work with her jacket, she can work with her sunglasses, and you can have different things to play with just so that there's something for her to do, there's something interesting to use. We can introduce motion into our shots by spinning around that jacket or having those sunglasses take on and off. Likewise, if you aren't shooting with the model necessarily, you can have some sort of other things that you can introduce, like a motorbike or a skateboard, anything just to make it a little bit more interesting and for the person to sort of like work with that thing rather than just having them like stand there.
Even like food, like ice cream and stuff.
Yeah.
What else would be cute?
Oh,
beach towels, chairs.
Anything with props. You can, and if you need ideas, ask Hannah because she's got a lot. Last thing that I want to tell you guys is a bit of a controversial one, and some people might disagree with this, but that is to copy people. And the reason why I think you should do this is because when you watch something that you like, something that you resonate with, something that you want to try and imitate, it's much easier to break down something that someone else has already done and try it yourself with your own little take on it. In reality, even if you copy someone else's project and you try and make it exactly the same as theirs, it's not going to end up being the same. It's going to be the way that you created it in different locations. It's going to end up being your version of that. And I think this is one of the best ways that you can learn, because it's so much easier to imitate something else than to create something out of nothing without having any of that vision for it. And most likely the people that you're copying were inspired by other people as well, and they were taking little things that they liked from other people and copying all of them, putting it into their own video. So I'm not saying just make a carbon copy and directly rip off someone else's creative work. That's not what I mean by this, but I definitely think that it's beneficial to take little pieces of things that you resonate with and like from other people's work and put it all into your own little culmination of work that will end up being original to you. That's gonna be it for this one, guys. I hope you found some of those tips useful. Hopefully you can use them to improve your videos. Remember that if you guys want to go check out any of the gear from Cutz, they are going to be linked down in the description, as well as you can use Kitching for 15% off. What do you have to say?
Nothing.
Okay, well, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.